Today we're looking at green lipid muscle extract, or GLM to the people in the know. Check this one out. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Try this again. GLM, where does it come from? Well, it comes from the coast of New Zealand. It's farmed there. And in fact, all green lipid mussel comes from New Zealand, and it comes from mussels. It's an extract that is very, very rich in amino acids and organic compounds. It was first utilized in the pharmaceutical industry and has crossed over into aquaculture and veterinary as well. So back in the day when Bill Cotton started using GLM first, which was 1986/87, the only way you could get hold of it was by using it in tablet form, which he would grind up into a powder and then add into his base mixes. Later on from that, they then used to get it in a capsule version, which they would break the capsules, take out the powder and use it that way. A very expensive way of doing it, but that's how much faith the lads at NutriBaits had in green lipid muscle extract. In the aquaculture industry, for a long time, green lipid muscle was recognized as being a stimulant for actually attracting fish. Green lipid muscle is one of those go-to products for Bill. He has used it forever. And in fairness to him, he says, and this is I quote, "the best carp attractor ever, period." Bill Cotton. And you should always take notice of what Bill says. For me, green lipid muscle is one of my favorite attractors. I use it within my bait, and I also use it to coat baits as well. I use it in ground bait stick mixes. I put it into particles. It's high in amino acids. I'm a big fan of amino acids, as are NutriBaits themselves. Amino acids are the building blocks of life for carp, and they recognize them as an attractive food source. This is why I like to use this in a number of ways. Pretty much all amino acids can be used at any level you want. In fact, GLM works even better the higher level you put in. The only thing that stops you using it at such high levels is it becomes cost prohibitive. If you have very deep pockets, GLM, knock yourself out, put as much as you can in. According to Bill, it's great up to 5% in a base mix, which, as I say, would make it very cost prohibitive. But 2 to 4 grams, again, is the sort of go-to recommended levels of GLM. 4 grams being obviously, if you can get away with it cost-wise, then I certainly would recommend it. If you are trying to cut down the costs, don't put anything less than 2 grams. When green lipid muscle was first brought out, it was very much thought of being a fish meal kind of additive. But that's not true. I mean, whilst, yes, look, fish meals, this absolutely rocks in them. Any base mix, whether it be a bird food, milk protein, or fish meal, this stuff will absolutely make a big difference to it. As a side note, green lipid muscle is high in natural betaine. So if you're also using the betaine in conjunction with this, you need to really minimize the amount that you use, because as I said, this already contains a high dosage of natural betaine in the product. So green lipid muscle, brilliant in the actual base mix, but do you know what else? There are many other uses that you can put your GLM to. For instance, you can make up a stick mix and put about 1/2 gram into your stick mix. What you've done in effect is you've put the amino acids into the water column in a much quicker rate. What it's doing, it's amplifying your hook bait. Another little trick that I like to do when I go fishing for a day or two, I like to take out my freezer baits just as I'm leaving the house. So I open up the kilo bag of bait. What I do is I put any of the liquid foods in, and what I do is I put a small, about 10 mils of that into the bag and shake it all around so that all the boilies are coated. Then it's a case of green lipid muscle. 1/2 gram sprinkled in loosely all over the bait and then shaken vigorously around. What happens is, as the bait defrosts, it drags in the liquid foods into the outer membrane, and then it also coats individual baits with the green lipid muscle, so that the minute it goes into the water, you get a very quick leak off of the amino acids from the green lipid muscle. You also then get a real quick leak off of the amino acids from the liquid foods. It's a great way of amplifying your zone very, very quickly. It gets you quicker bites, in my experience. Woof. In, done, another video in the bag. So until the next 2 Minute Tuesday, see you later.